the karaoke woman. I'm just a backup singer.
Yeah, I'm just the weather guy.
Yeah. Keep going.
No, that's about all I know.
Sing us out, Siobhan.
I
Come
wait
on.
for the opportunity.
Keep it right here, the fifth quarter.
We'll be back after this break.
That's right. And David?
You don't want to miss it.
All right, there you go.
Today's Storm Tracker 6 forecast is sponsored by the David Chapman Agency in Lansing, your local independent auto owner's insurance agent.
Get special year-end savings now on new boat lifts and docks from the Feitner Company, manufacturer of the nation's finest boat lifts and docks. Visit us on Lansing Road in Charlotte, in Perry, and now in Gwynn near Marquette. Call 1-800-BOATLIFT or go to 1-800-BOATLIFT.com.
Before the fall, before the new routine, before the exam, the cast, the all clear, and the expiration date, you need confidence. And for 84 years, Michigan has trusted Blue Cross to be there, ready to help.
We're all born with the good in us. We're all in need of love. Dreams get torn, but we stand up, making a change that is calling us. Beautiful world, beautiful people, boys and girls, we're all made equal. So clap your hands, get up and dance. Beautiful world, beautiful people.
Make sure your home's cooling system can handle the heat all summer long with a $98 AC tune-up from Vredavogue. Our certified, trained Vredavogue technicians will perform a thorough tune-up on your air conditioning system. That includes removing dirt and grime to improve airflow and checking refrigerant levels to ensure your system is running at peak efficiency. Stay cool with our $98 AC tune-up. Contact Vredavogue today at vredavogue.com. We're here when you need us most.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
It's a Breast Thing needs your help voting for your favorite Great Lakes Great Times themed decorated bra for their upcoming calendar. Local survivors and supporters are asking for your help picking out the best 12 bras. Learn more and vote by visiting itsabreastthing.org today.
And now, 6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th quarter.
It's the big J-Dubs, not the little one. 5th quarter.
I watch the 5th quarter every week.
Come on.
With all of the excitement on the gridiron tonight, you would not think it is week 2 of the high school football season. Hello and welcome to the Dean Trailways 5th quarter. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm Audrey Dahlgren.
And I'm Ian Kress. In this week 2, we didn't just have 2 of the best teams in our area going head-to-head, but 2 of the best teams in this state, as DeWitt welcomed in Mason for a battle between 2 programs who have gone to the Division III state semifinals the last 2 seasons.
Ooh.
Before the game, a moment of silence was held to remember the Mason students, Amanda and Lily, who lost their lives this week, meaning the Bulldogs were playing with heavy hearts, and you could tell right out of the gate. As Kason Carswell was making his season debut, he scampers for an 11-yard touchdown and would start the scoring in this one. DeWitt was forced to punt on its next offensive possession, and they made the mistake of punting to A.J. Martell. Rob Zimmerman told you pregame, Audrey, stopping Martell would be key for a win for DeWitt. Martell became that dude tonight. The senior takes it 92 yards to the house and puts Mason up 13-0. DeWitt would then turn the ball over on downs, so the Bulldogs strike again. Carswell connects with Tyler Baker for another Mason touchdown. The Bulldogs would jump out to a 20-0 lead in the first quarter. It grew to 35-7 at halftime. And guess who's at it again in the second half? Martell cutting on a dime, and he has an order for 6 reserved in the end zone. Mason hands DeWitt its first home loss since 2019 with a 42-23 victory, and the players made sure to get this win for the Mason community after what has been a trying week.
It was one of those things where you're not sure if you're reading them, because we were very stoic, very quiet in warm-ups. So then you just never know what are you going to get, because usually we're pretty loud. And I think what they did was they took everything, kind of bottled it up, and just released it when the game started.
Obviously, battling the adversity all week, going through what we went through. I mean, it was questionable coming out, like, how are we going to play? And we came out, punched them in the mouth. That was huge.
Yes, what a way to persevere. Well, after falling to DeWitt in week 1, Brad Thomas's Hazlet Vikings were on the prowl for their first win of the season tonight against Fenton at home. Hazlet led by 16 at the half. Fenton looking to get back in it. Noah Dotson fires it into the end zone, and Christian Kilpatrick puts his body on the line for the TD. What a play to bring Fenton within 10. Now Fenton with the ball again, deep into Viking territory, but as Hazlet's D coming up big, Carter Gerard jumps the route, picks it off, and he's off to the races before getting taken down near midfield. Then in the fourth quarter, 4th and 3, and who else but
my guy,
Amakri. He cuts it upfield, and nobody is catching him to ice the game for Hazlet. 41-25, the final. Another team in our area who is looking to bounce back from an L in week 1 was Williamston. The Hornets hosting Penfield in their home opener tonight, and Willie came out swinging after forcing a turnover. Noah Dunkel gets the handoff, and it's going to take a lot to bring this kid down. Picks up a couple blocks as he strolls in for the easy TD. The Hornets had a heyday on offense. Zach Cribbs decides to keep it himself to pick up a few key yards. Then he's going to swing it out to Tommy Pratt, who cuts up the field, and nobody is going to stop him as he doubles Williamson's lead. And you know what? They just continued to pour it on, fooling the Panthers defense, and our camera, Ian Young, plows his way into the end zone.
Great first name.
Oh, yeah, you would say that. All Williamston tonight as they win big at home, 35-7. Well, in week 1, we saw some impressive performances, including the show that was put on by Lansing Sexton Junior quarterback Joseph Pizzo.
Yeah, in his J-Dubs debut, Pizzo rushed for 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and led Sexton to a comeback win over Everett. So what would he do in week 2? To find out that answer, we are bringing in our teammates, Haley Schoengar and Tyler Jerizinga. What's up, guys?
Hey, yeah, Sexton head coach John L. Davis said he was impressed by the grit Pizzo showed in week 1, and they need him to show some more tonight against Lansing Catholic. Even though both programs have been playing football for over 50 years, they had never played each other until 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was the year Lansing Sexton moved over from the CAAC Blue to the CAAC. Are an annual fixture on each other's schedules. The 4 meetings up until tonight been pretty one-sided, with Lansing Catholic winning all 4. But Pizzo and company were looking to change that tonight. They were down 20-8 at one point, but settled down and controlled the game in the second half. Here's Pizzo finding Jeff Hudson in the end zone. J-Dubs with a 30-20 lead. Later in the third quarter, Pizzo takes this one himself, spinning into the end zone. A little Pizzo pizzazz makes it a 16-point lead for Sexton. Fourth quarter now, Damian Mack Brown gets the carry, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling into the end zone for the exclamation point. Lansing Sexton scores 40 unanswered points to beat Lansing Catholic 48-20. Coach John L. Davis couldn't have been prouder of his kids after the game.
There's a lot of people didn't believe in these kids. A lot of people thought that, a lot of these inner city kids just can't get a victory like this. I'm so proud of these young men for them continuing to believe. I tell them all the time I believe in them, and all I wanted for them was to believe in themselves and show the public what these kids, how hard they've been working in the offseason.
What a win for them. Well, that wasn't the only CAAC white matchup in action tonight. All About welcomed Portland into town. The Raiders have gotten the best of the Eagles as of late, and their dominance continued once again. Early in the third, Portland would add to its lead off of a safety, and not much later, the fellas in white would keep it coming. Isaac Kramer dusts off the fancy footwork. We see you, my dude, and jukes out about 8 defenders on his way in for 6. Portland grounds the Eagles by the score of 44-7, the final.
Well, all right, with our big game in the books and our CAAC white squads taken care of, we're going to shift our attention to the CAAC blue after the break.
Yeah, Grand Ledge, Holt, and Lansing Everett all opened their seasons away from home last week, so tonight they had their first taste of home cooking. The Vikings made a short trek to Lansing Eastern, and they were seeking their 12th straight win over the Quakers. Those games and more coming up next on the Dean Trailways Fifth Quarter.
The Dean Trailways Fifth Quarter is sponsored by Dean Trailways of Michigan.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Your hearing is as unique as your fingerprint. At Advanced Audiology, we conduct diagnostic testing to find the cause of your hearing loss and provide customized solutions that work for you.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
Barry Eaton District Health Department wants you to have the facts when it comes to marijuana. Keep marijuana locked up and away from pets and children. Marijuana during pregnancy or breastfeeding can harm the baby or impact development. Marijuana affects timing, movement, and coordination, which harms athletic performance. When it comes to marijuana, know the facts. Visit knowthemarijuanafacts.com. Brought to you by the Barry Eaton District Health Department.
Find huge deals during the Labor Day sale event at ABC Warehouse. Get massive savings with up to 65% off store-wide. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free gifts and up to 60-month special financing. In stock, get it today, free delivery. Right now, get this Hotpoint super capacity washer and electric dryer, specially priced at only $3.96 each or less. And this Samsung 27 cubic foot French door refrigerator is just $14.96 or less while supplies last. Hurry in. Deals this big won't last. Only at ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Help us continue the fight against human trafficking in Mid-Michigan.
Please join us at the Lansing Crown Plaza for the House of Promise Beauty for Ashes Gala.
Thanks to our community, the House of Promise continues to support the survivors of human trafficking.
Money raised provides victims a safe place to heal.
For tickets or to donate, visit thehouseofpromise.com or scan the QR code today.
Let's continue the fight against human trafficking right here in Mid-Michigan.
At the Alzheimer's Association, we are fighting for a different future. For families facing the disease today, for more time and for more treatments. We are closer than ever to stopping Alzheimer's, but to get there, we need you.
Join us at Castle Wealth and our elder care crew as we walk to end Alzheimer's on September 30th at 9 a.m. in downtown Howell. Join our walk team or just donate and make a difference today. Go to alzeldercare.com.
Through the hottest days and the coldest nights and everything in between.
We'll be here no matter what nature heads our way.
Watch David and Jim weekday afternoons on Storm Tracker 6. Here for you.
Welcome back. After picking up a nice win on the road to open the season, Grand Ledge returned to its friendly confines. But tonight was much more than just a home opener. It was their annual Fallen Heroes Night to honor soldiers who were killed in combat.
Yeah, and they really pulled out all the stops to make sure those who served our country were remembered. And if you look closely at some of the Grand Ledge players' jerseys, the place where their last name is was replaced with the last name of someone they were remembering.
Such a class act by them. It was also a special night for these cuties who got to cheer with the big girls. They were getting the crowd pumped up, and it was plays like this that kept the good vibes flowing. Things would be tied at 7-all, but not for long. Courtesy of Kingston Nixon, the sliding INT, and oh yeah, he's a freshman. Of course, GL would make some lemonade out of those lemons. Jamison Patton hands it off to Anthony Baker, who somehow, someway gets the ball across the line. Patton may be a little new at this QB thing, only playing the position for around a year. But tonight he was out there looking like a vet. This time he hits the airways with a beaut of a pass that perfectly finds the hands of Gavin Wajanki. Grand Ledge soars to victory by the score of 56-28, the final.
A color fest in the student section at Holt. The Rams looking to bounce back from a week 1 loss to Mason, and they got off to a great start tonight against Swartz Creek off play action. Cooper Benson rolls out to his right. He's looking to a much sunnier part of the field, and he finds Manolo Williams, who makes a great one-handed catch, beats the last defender. waltzes into the end zone. Rams on top 16-0. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Another play-action rollout. Benson hits Micah Williams this time for a touchdown with just 8 seconds left in the first half. Holt bounces back with a nice win, 24-6 over Swartz Creek. Lansing Everett seeking its 12th straight win over Lansing Eastern. Both teams coming into play off of losses in week 1. In the first quarter, Everett's Najee Davidson sits in the pocket, looks deep down the right sideline. He's got his man Mason Chadwell for the touchdown to open the scoring. Later, it's Davenport rolling out to his right, looking, and then pulling it down, taking it himself. He was a man on a mission in the first half of this one. Second quarter, the Everett special teams gets in on the fun. A whole host of Vikings are back there to block the punt. And Eugene Allen treks down the recovery along the sideline. That sets up another touchdown for who else? Davenport.
Of course.
Weaving through the defense on this play and eventually finding a seam. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns in the first half alone. Lansing Everett wins big, 40-7, the final.
Yeah, that is a big win for them.
Yeah,
well, another team in the CAAC Blue who started its season on the road in week 1 was Bill Farraco and his East Lansing Trojans.
Yeah, they did drop the game to Portage Central 17-7, but tonight they were full of zest back on their home turf against Hudsonville.
All kinds of zest. At 76 years old, Farraco continues to be one of the most energetic coaches I have ever seen on the sideline. And as you can see, he was not shying away from coaching up his guys against the Eagles. It paid off too. First quarter, Ben Fletcher airs it out to Charlie Baker, and the senior is able to get the Trojans in the red zone. A big-time play, which would lead to a big-time touchdown. Moments later, Fletcher hits Kynan Shropshire in stride, and the senior high steps his way into the end zone to get EL on the board first. Hudsonville would score to start the second to put them up 7-6, and it completely shifted the momentum. Chase Koliak rises up for the INT to give the Eagles the ball back with 1:38 to play before the half, but the Trojans, you know, they said not so fast. Julius Goodwin scoops up the loose ball, and EL turns the turnover into a touchdown. Baker with the one-handed snag this time to put East, I know, right? East Lansing up 12-7 at the half. Hudsonville would come out of the locker room, though. This is a heartbreaker. Popping off, putting up 16 unanswered points to come back and beat East Lansing 23-12.
Staying in the CAAC Blue, the Vikings of Jackson made the drive up to take on the Waverly Warriors in what we're calling Smash Mouth football. At halftime, Jackson led by 1, and then Connor Bush scrambles for a short gain as this would be the final play of the third quarter, and it would spark something in the Vikings as Jackson just kept chopping away until Shamad Gatewood bursts out of the gate like he's at the Kentucky Derby. He gets stopped at the 1-yard line, which would set up his teammates to play the, quote, smash mouth football we were talking about. Jackson is going to extend its lead on a short yardage touchdown, and the Vikings go on to take down Waverly on the road 33-13.
Well, it is time for our final timeout of the night, but when we come back, after dropping its season opener last week, Jeremy Miller and his crew are hoping to get their ship back on the right course.
Yeah, the last time the Pirates dropped their first 2 games of the season, Tyler, well, that was back when the Macarena was topping the charts in 1996. It's truly a classic song still, though.
Plus, Potterville is under the direction of someone new this season. We'll introduce you to Jason Baker coming up.
Whether you're at home or out in the elements, the Storm Tracker 6 weather app has all of Mid-Michigan covered. Download it today.
Your hearing is as unique as your fingerprint. At Advanced Audiology, we conduct diagnostic testing to find the cause of your hearing loss and provide customized solutions that work for you.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
For News Nation, every city, every community has a voice. Those voices represent the everyday American experience.
When you bring together a team of people who understands not what the big metropolitan cities care about, but the heartland all across America, you get such a diverse way of storytelling that you're not finding on any other network. And I think that's what has set us apart.
That's why we're News for All America.
Morning in America, weekday mornings at 6/5 Central on News Nation.
Since 1989, you've helped solve crime. For more than 30 years, your tips have helped Crime Stoppers of Mid-Michigan take wanted fugitives off our streets. Crime Stoppers offers rewards of up to $1,000 for tips that you provide, leading to the capture of wanted fugitive felons. Support Crime Stoppers. Donate online at crimestoppersofmidmichigan.com and keep calling in your tips at 517-483-STOP. Enjoying Crime Stoppers and making our Michigan communities safe.
Budget, Sundance, boy, look at this. $169 down, $169 a month, $279 down, $279 a month. What do you got, Joe?
How about a Corvette convertible, 40,000 miles for $269 down, $269 a month. If it's in your budget, 1,200 used cars to choose from, 1-800-Sundance.com.
Get up to $5,000 off Crest Pontoons, up to $4,000 off Bennington Pontoons, and up to $3,000 off Starcraft Pontoons. It's the Pontoon Clearance Sale Event of the Year going on right now at Lakeside Motorsports and Nelson's Beach Shop. Plus, you will save thousands off additional in-stock brands and models. So if you want a new pontoon, a bigger pontoon, now's the time during the Pontoon Clearance Sale event going on at Lakeside Motorsports in Mecosta and Nelson's Beach Shop in Greenville.
Work zone crashes are 100% preventable. Work zone safety is 100% everyone's responsibility. Distracted driving accounts for the majority of work zone crashes, injuries, and fatalities.
It was just a quick call.
It was just a short trip.
It was just one drink.
It was just a picture.
It was just a glance.
It was just a text.
Just is all it takes.
Welcome back. What would the Dean Trailways be without checking in with the CMAC? And there's no better place to start than with the recent powerhouse in the conference, aka the Pewamo Westphalia Pirates.
Yeah, the Pirates sailed into B country tonight, and the last time PW lost to Bath was in 1992. So would the streak live on this evening? The PW students were hoping so. They even dressed up like they were getting ready to take a bath in Bath. I think that's pretty creative. And as soon as we were walking in, the Pirates were on the move, and Gabe Miller is going to come down with a touchdown grab to give PW a 15-0 lead in this second quarter. So Bath hoping to get on the scoreboard right before halftime, and this will help. Braden Bennett going to connect with Nolan Rowley, who has eyes on the end zone as he's weaving his way through the defense, and the Pirates would stop him just short. So a couple plays later, the PWD comes up huge. The ball is fumbled, and the big fella, Ethan McFarland, comes away with it. Pewamo Westphalia pitches a shutout, takes down Bath 21-0 for its first win of the season.
Well, over in Peeville tonight, the Vikings, who are under the direction of first-year coach Jason Baker, took on the Wolves from Genesee in a race to the finish, and we're racing here. Isaiah Wolozian keeps it high and tight. Farm. Look at this right here. Boom.
Get off me.
Yeah, clear-cut path for him, too, to touchdown land. Now, second quarter, Vikes back on offense, and instead of picking up another rushing TD, you're going to see Ezzie Taylor drops an easy lob. Well, you're not going to see it because we're running out of time here, but what a win for Potterville, 60-8 the final. Have a great night, everybody.